Okay, you ready, Uyen? Uh, okay. Today we're going to do some speaking. Okay, let me just find out what we're going to learn. Okay, let's do some speaking in the meantime, and then we will wait for Mrs. Hart to tell me what you're going to learn today. Okay, so now we're going to describe a situation where you remember when you had to use a foreign language to communicate. Okay, so you have to tell me about a time where you had to speak a foreign language, like English or any other language. Okay, do you understand the question? Yes, Uyen, do you understand the question?
Can you say again?
Okay, we describe a situation you remember when you had to use a foreign language to communicate. So maybe you were at the shops, at the supermarket, and you had to speak to somebody in English or a different language. Or maybe you went on holiday, you went to a hotel. Okay, Phuoc, can you understand the question? Not speaking. Okay,
Yes,
Uyen,
teacher.
yes, okay. Uyen, you're going to go first. Can you tell me? Can you think of something? Or Phuoc, can you think of something where you had to speak another language? Or if you had to speak English to somebody in your country?
Oh yeah, I speak English to somebody in my country.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, Uyen, you can think about something. Phuoc, we're going to write about your speaking. Okay, let's use blue. Okay, so Phuoc, you need to say what were you doing? What were you doing when you spoke to the person in English?
Oh yeah, when me and my mom come to the market, we meet uh American people who's go shopping in my country. Yeah, we
Okay.
would shop.
Okay, let's say, okay, when my mother and I went um, to a market, we met some American people who were visiting my country. Okay, good. And why did you have to speak to them, Phuoc?
Because I know him in uh I met him that my mom said that you could say something to him.
Okay. Did you have to talk to them for something? Were they just at the market, or did you just want to say hello to them?
I say I say hello to them and talk about other things.
Okay, okay. Um, I said hello to them. Um, and we chatted about other things. Okay, sorry. Hold on, sorry. So I had to speak to them in English. Okay, I said hello to them and we chatted about other things. Good. How well did you communicate in the language? Did you speak to them well in English?
Yeah, I speak well about English, but sometimes I said something I said wrong.
Okay, okay. You can say I spoke to them well in English, but sometimes, sometimes I struggled. So struggled is to like to battle. I struggled to say a few words that I didn't know. Okay, is that correct? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, and explain why you remember the situation. Were you excited when it happened? Were you happy that you could speak to them?
Yeah, I was happy to speak with them.
Okay, good. Sorry, let me just fix my writing here. Okay, let's say I was excited about the situation and I was happy that I knew enough English to be able to speak to them. Okay, let me just fix my writing here. Okay, very good, Phuoc. Can you read it for me?
When my mother and I went to a market and we met some American people who were visiting my country, so I had to speak to them in English. I said hello to them and we chatted about other things. I spoke well to them English, but sometimes I struggled to say a few words I didn't know. I was excited about the situation. And I was happy that I knew enough English to be able to speak to them.
Okay, very good, Phuoc. Very nice. Okay, let's save that. Okay, Uyen, what happened in your situation? What did you have to do? Have you ever spoken English to somebody in your country?
Yes.
Okay.
When I go to Hanoi,
When I went to,
when I went to Hanoi,
okay, to Halong Bay or Halong?
Hanoi,
Uh, how do you spell that for me?
yeah,
Okay. Oh, Hanoi. Okay. Okay. When I went to Hanoi,
uh,
I had to speak English too.
I had to speak. No, I have to speak Korean.
Okay, good. Is that how you spell? Okay, to who? Some visitors?
To restaurant owner.
Okay, to a restaurant owner. Sorry. Okay, very good. And why did you have to speak to him?
Because we go to Dookie restaurant and when the restaurant owner go to my table, and I must say Korea with him.
Okay. Okay. We went to. Okay, sorry, let me start a new one. We went to the restaurant and the owner came to the table. Um, so I spoke to him in his own language. Okay, in his own language is Korean. Okay, let's say that evening. Okay, very good. And how well did you communicate with him? Can you speak Korean very well?
I speak Korea a little bit.
Okay, I can speak a little bit of Korean. But he could understand you?
Yes.
Okay, but we could have a conversation. And he understood me. Okay, very good. And why do you remember this? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Uyen, were you excited when you could speak Korean?
Uh,
Or were you nervous? Were you afraid?
because it's the first time I talk Korea with Korean.
Okay, so this was the first time I spoke Korean. Okay, with a Korean person. So I was nervous. Okay, do you know the word nervous?
Yes.
Yes, is that correct? Okay, nervous but excited. Is that okay? You agree?
Yes.
I just want to check if I'm spelling Korean right. Please give me 1 minute.
Korea is like KO.
Oh, it's a K. Okay, that's why. Thank you. Okay. Okay, can you read it for me, Uyen?
When I went to Hanoi, I had to speak Korean to a restaurant owner. We went to the restaurant that evening, and the owner came to the table, so I spoke to him in his own language. I can speak a little bit of Korean, but we could have a conversation, and he understood me. This was the first time I spoke Korean with a Korean person, so I very nervous but excited.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's save that. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, Phuoc, with no writing, can you describe a situation you remember when you had to use a foreign language to communicate?
When my mother and I go to the market, we meet some American people. I and I have to use English only to talk with them. We talk, we say hello and talk and chat other else
About other things.
about other things.
Okay, and did you speak English well?
And I speak well at English, and I'm very happy that I can know a lot of English enough to talk with them.
Okay, very good. Okay, Uyen, can you tell me, describe a situation you remember when you had to use a foreign language?
Can you say again?
Can you describe the situation? Can you tell me about your Korean? No writing now. You're going to tell me again.
When I went to Hanoi, I had to speak Korea to a restaurant owner. We went to the restaurant and the owner came to the table, so I spoke to him in his language. I can say Korea a little bit, so a little bit, so when I when I spoke and when I spoke with him, he can understood me. This is the first time. This is the first time I s- I spoke I spoke Korea with Korean person, so I was nervous but excited.
Okay, very nice. Well done. Both of you are speaking very good. Okay, all right, let's look over here at the next part. Read the task and match the phrases below with the points in the task. Okay, so I don't have the listening, so we're not going to do that that now. But what I want to do, something different. Okay, you can see the numbers 1 to 8 over here. I want each of you to make a sentence using these words for me. Okay, this is just something different. Phuoc, you can go first. Number 1, I want you to make a sentence with on holiday.
Yeah, on a holiday, me and my family go to Da Nang. We stay in a hotel. Uh, Tomorrow later, we go to the Da Nang Dragon Bridge.
We went
to the Dragon Bridge, and we go into a restaurant and wait till it night. The Dragon Bridge that throw fire and some water, and the
Okay.
water got,
Yes.
and my little water almost got lost. Yeah, that's
Oh,
all.
very nice speaking. Very nice. Okay, perfect. Okay. Uyen. Sorry, Phuoc, I just want you to remember when you tell a story, when you talk about something that happened, you must remember to say we went, not we go. Okay. We went to this place, we went to that place. Okay, we must just remember went. Okay. Yes. Okay, Uyen, you're going to tell me a story. What have I learned? I don't hear you.
Can you say again because I can hear you?
Okay, over here. We're using these words over here, 1 to 8. We're just making a, like, you can tell me 3 sentences, but I want you to have what have I learned in your sentences.
Um,
So
sentence.
you can even say something, anything, but I want, what have I learned?
What have I learned? What have I learned to
You can say, like a sport, or swimming is something that, something what I have learned.
what have I learned from the summer trip?
Okay, tell me more. So now you can start the
work
sentence.
in
I'm going to tell you what I have learned on my summer trip.
have tell you about my summer trip. I went to um I went to Halong Bay and I can see a lot of
What did you see? What did you eat? What did you do?
there's a lot of seafood like
Okay, we ate a lot of seafood and we walked on the beach.
crab.
Did you swim?
Crab. I can eat seafood like crab, shrimp, and I go to
I went to.
I went to I went to the beach and and went by a boat and uh, we went in the sea and saw a lot of island.
Okay, very good. That's perfect. I just want 3 sentences. Okay, Phuoc, are you ready? Tell me about anything with a difficult situation.
I
Phuoc,
still don't know.
yes?
I still don't know. I still don't know that I have a difficult situation.
Tell me anything, like even just make up a story in your mind. Like if you're in a car and then the engine stops working, it was a difficult situation because we had to phone someone to come and fetch us. Something like that.
Yes, a difficult situation that when we going to
Went,
um
went to.
we when we are going to meet my grandparents, but we have to go by bus. When I go to the bus, that I went that I was too small and I got sick when we get on the bus.
Oh, no. Okay, so that was a difficult situation. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, now you're going to tell me about took a trip. This doesn't have to be a true story. It can be any story. So you can make it up in your mind.
I still don't know what I said. A typical situation.
Okay. Uyen, number 4.
Um, in my summer, I very boring because I don't some go to somewhere. So my family took a trip go to um, Cantor.
Very good. Okay.
Um,
And yes.
mm, we go a lot of place like Lotte Mark, a famous market, and go to go
Went
to
to.
went next to the river to picnic.
Okay. To a pic. Okay. Very good. Well done. Okay. Phuoc, tell me, summer break.
I something like that. Me and other people, my parents going to camping. My father going fishing with other people. Then me helping my mom to put the fire on and to eat some meat and fish. Then I put the tent and the other people to put the tent and we stay in the forest. So we bring some flashlight so I can see at the dark and bring some water when we get thirsty.
Okay. Good. Is this what you did on your summer break?
Uh, there's a lot thing like we got some really cool fish or something else that we stay in uh and we sitting next to the camera and talking some scary stories.
Okay. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Uyen, the emergency services. Can you tell me a story?
I don't know the emergency survey.
Okay, emergency service like an ambulance or something had to come. Let me, I'll show you now.
I know.
You know? Okay.
Yeah.
Or anything, even a fire engine or policeman, anything.
Um. Um. I remember when I was 7 years old. Um. My family. My family went to grandparent house, but when we went in the road, um, uh, our car is
The car broke down. Did the car break?
it can is stop in the road,
Okay. Yes.
and we we must do the emergency survey
We use the emergency services to help you.
yes,
Okay, that's perfect. That's good. Okay. Phuoc didn't know how to say. Are you ready, Phuoc?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you give me a story where you didn't know how to say?
Yeah, like the sometimes that I talk to American people, they say something that I don't know, and I didn't learn that, so I said that I didn't know those words.
Okay, very good. I didn't know how to say it back. Okay, good. Last one. Uyen hired a car. Do you understand? Hired a car?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Um, when I was 5 years old, um, because my family don't have much money to buy a car, so in Tet holiday, my family had a car to go somewhere.
Very good. Okay, so you didn't have to use a bus or train or anything. You could hire a car. Okay, well done. Okay, let's go down. I just want to see. Uh, give me 1 minute. Okay, now we're going to do another speaking. I'm not going to write, I'm just going to talk to you. You're going to speak back to me. Okay, so now we're going to describe an English lesson that you really enjoyed. Okay, an English lesson that you really enjoyed. So, I think, Uyen, you can go first this time. Okay, you should say where and when it took place, who the teacher was, what you did in the lesson, and explain why you enjoyed it so much.
Um, when I was study Phuoc English, uh, is a is a English center. Every lesson, we we always we always have had English teacher to study, but one lesson I really